Hello again. This is part 2 of my Samhain decorations videos. The wreath, that wreath, was really much more magical than these other things. That was the main thing that I did that I really consider actual witchcraft. But I'm going to show you the other things that I've done, just because I like their look. So here is what I have hanging from that part of our little deck. This is a little garland made of bay laurel and little bundles of some, I consider it sweetgrass. It's not what people actually call sweetgrass, but it is a grass that grows wild in our area, and it does have a sweet aroma. So for me, it works as sweetgrass. This is a jar of birch bark and twigs and leaves, along with some sea salt. This jar doesn't really have any particular magical significance, but I think it looks witchy. Obviously the garland and sweetgrass are our protection. I made, originally these things that I have hanging were gonna be little Blair Witch type stickmen, and I even made a few of those. But I decided, once I realized that I was going in a more actual witchcraft direction, that I would use runes. So I made 3, Right-Ho, Othala, and Yara. Yara was really hard. It's not hanging right at the moment. Yara, that's really how it should hang. Right-Ho and Yara are my initials and my roommate's initial. Othala, of course, one of the meanings for Othala is home and the homestead. So I chose those. Then I made rutabaga jack-o'-lanterns and have the electric tea lights inside. And I love them. I think they're so good. I'm really happy with those. Yara has been hanging odd the last couple days because we had a big rainstorm, but before it rained, this was hanging really well. This is more of that same sweetgrass, a bigger bundle left over from when I made something else I'll show you in a minute. And then that is a magnolia branch from my magnolia tree that I talked about in my previous video. So these are the things that I have hanging up here. Those electric tea lights are great in those because I have them hanging up, and I didn't want real fire there in case they fell for some reason, just for safety reasons. So there's those. My biggest project was besoms. I made besoms, one for me and one for my roommate. That's mine. I got the branches from the park I go to at the Arkansas River. And I want them to be full size. So this is, you see my reflection there? That's good. All right, so the idea is for them to be full size, meaning the handle would come up to around the level of your shoulder. And they do. So I measured my shoulder height and my roommate's shoulder height. This one's mine. The head is more of that sweetgrass. And it is just hand bound with some twine. I sanded and I worked really hard on these handles. I know you can't really tell, especially with this one because the wood I used. But I sanded it down, sanded and sanded and sanded, and then I finished it with linseed oil because I didn't want to use an unnatural product for magical purposes. So that's my besom. Hers I love so much. She's smaller than me, and so I chose a smaller one also from the Arkansas River. Water is really important to her, and so I definitely made sure to use something directly from the river right beside it. It took a lot of work to get this wood so smooth and clean. There was a lot of little branches and stuff that would have just really not been attractive for what I wanted to do. I love the shape of this one. It looks like if you were to ride it, it would have a handle for guidance. I think it's great. A little bit of a subtle curve, and a slightly smaller head than mine. I love them. I'm really proud of myself. I'd never made one before, and I think they turned out great. Very happy. And the only other stuff is this table full of stuff. You see my chair, it's falling apart, poor chair. So some of this, really none of this is particularly magical in itself, but there are some things that I use for other reasons. Standard jack-o'-lantern. Back here, these two big jars are not magical in the least. These are just jars that I had that I put stuff in that looked witchy to me, like spell ingredients. This is taro root, and these are, I mean, obviously just beets, but I think they look cool. These are river stones from the Arkansas River, and one piece of wood from the river, just river stones, which I do use sometimes in magic. This is Arkansas River water. This is just a cute little pumpkin. A candle and a brass candle holder. This little, that's ginger. Some is ground ginger and some is chopped ginger that I dried myself. Ginger is really important to me magically. These are some more of the mussel or clam shells, whatever they are, from the river. There's also, they're buried in there, but there's also some little snail shells in there too. I use these for magic sometimes too. This is magnolia stuff from my magnolia tree. This is Arkansas grown bay laurel. Obviously, you would never actually store stuff outside in clear containers because the sun's going to ruin it, but it's just decoration. I have more inside. Arkansas bay laurel, Arkansas sage, and that magnolia. This is a little turtle shell that I found at the river on the day that I made my introduction video, actually. I have him out here drying, but I also thought he looked witchy, so I put it here. These are the nails that I had rested for the wreath as a protection. I had more left over, so I just left them out here. And of course my jack-o'-lantern. That's pretty much it. Look, that's all my decorations. It doesn't seem like much, does it? But it was a surprising amount of work. And here's again the wreath. It's holding up well. Still bright green. So that's what I have. There's her besom and mine. I'm just going to keep them up with some linseed oil once in a while. I'm probably going to take most of this stuff down, but I really think we might leave our besoms out, and this, and of course the wreath, for quite a while. This pumpkin will stay out here. Everything else is going to go in the next couple of days. But this is what I did. I was very happy with it. It looked great at night. If I can figure out how, I might upload some pictures at the end of this video, but I'm just using my phone, so I don't know if that's going to work or not. So that's where I am. My little witchy decorations. The only thing that's real magic, I would say these runes were really intended that way. The sweetgrass, and especially the wreath. And of course the besoms will be used that way too. When I was out here in the last few weeks, I would have some incense going. But I just got home, so none of that right now. So that's what it is. Again, if you have any questions or just want to complain, then that's fine. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.